Bern, the nation's capital, is a beautiful city that is rich in history and features a variety of parks, palaces, and gardens. Bern is known as Switzerland's most scenic city. It is difficult to conceive of a location that is more lovely than Bern, and regardless of whether you are more of a science nerd, an art enthusiast, or a nature lover, you can rest assured that Bern has a place of interest for you that is available, ready, and waiting. Welcome to Hotels and Cities, the channel that focuses on great places to visit and worthwhile travel destinations for you and your loved ones. In this video, we take a look at Bern, Switzerland's top 10 places to visit. But before we jump into our list, don't forget to click on that subscribe button and that bell icon to always be updated on all things travel. Now, let's get into it. First up, Altstadt. The Old Town of Bern is often regarded as one of the most picturesque in the entirety of Switzerland. You will be able to tour some of Bern's oldest and most historically significant attractions while walking down its cobbled pathways that are flanked with sandstone arcaded buildings that have changed little in the past 500 years. This historic district has a natural delineation in the form of the Aare River, which forms a natural barrier around the Altstadt on all three sides. Next up, Bern Minster. The Bern Minster, a Swiss Reformed cathedral, was not finished being built until the year 1893, despite the fact that construction on the building began as early as the 15th century. It is not just the highest cathedral in the city, but also the tallest cathedral in the entirety of Switzerland. The amazing Gothic building features 3 naves and a spire that is so tall that it can be seen from the city. Our next stop is the Rosen Garden. If you want to spend any amount of time in Bern's Old Town, then you'll need to be sure that you have the appropriate attire. There is no question that you should visit the Rosen Garden. The urban park is perched on top of a small hill, which provides visitors with breathtaking vistas of the surrounding area. In the garden down below, you'll find more than 200 different kinds of roses, nearly as many kinds of irises, and even a variety of rhododendrons. There are also nearly as many different kinds of irises. Moving on, we go to the Federal Palace. Both the Federal Assembly of Switzerland and the Federal Council of Switzerland hold their meetings at the Bundeshaus, or often known as the Federal Palace of Switzerland. The fact that the 2 arms of government are housed in separate wings of the building makes it undeniably one of the most important structures in the nation. The Bundeshaus is a stunning building that dates back to the 19th century and boasts the distinction of being the seat of government for one of the very first modern democracies in the history of the globe. Next stop, Bears Lair. Bears are said to have played a significant role in the city's history as well as its culture for a very long time. A local tradition claims that the name Bern comes from the term meaning bear. The bear pits, also known as Bärenraben, are no longer simply enclosures in which bears are put on show. Rather, the bears' natural habitats have been vastly expanded, and it is now possible to see bears swimming or otherwise relaxing in the river basin. Einstein House. Albert Einstein used to reside at Kramgasse number 49 in the heart of Bern, Switzerland from 1903 to 1905. Einstein lived in the residence with his wife Maliva and his son Hans during his tenure in this particular home. Einstein was the author of a series of papers titled Annus Mirabilis, which played an essential role in the development of modern-day physics. Next up, we have Gurten. Gurten Hall is widely acknowledged among Bernese citizens as being amongst the most beautiful, tranquil, and sun-drenched locations in the city. Unfortunately, a number of tourists do not stop to see it. Wurten is a big hill located just outside the city that features breathtaking panoramas. On one side, you can take in the sights of the city, while on the other, the Bernese Alps can be seen in the distance. Moving on, we go to the History Museum of Bern. The Historical Museum at Bern is notable for being one of the largest museums in Switzerland. Exhibits at the museum trace the history of Switzerland from its prehistoric and ancient beginnings all the way up to some of the city's most outstanding modern accomplishments. The displays begin at the beginning of Switzerland's history and work their way forward in time. Be sure to look at the ornate gold and silver collections as well as the burgundy tapestries if you only have time to see a few of the museum's many exhibits. These items date from the 16th to the 18th century. Our next stop is Zentrum Paul Klee, a remarkable landmark in and of itself. The undulating structure of the Zentrum Paul Klee was designed by Paul Klee himself. On the inside, though, it never ceases to amaze. The collection of Paul Klee's artwork at the Zentrum is often considered to be the most magnificent of its kind in the world. The Expressionist, Surrealist, and Cubist styles can be seen throughout Klee's body of work, which was significantly influenced by Bauhaus design and architecture. Our next stop is Zytglogge. The Zytglogge is a clock tower that dates back to the 13th century and can be located in the center of Bern's Altstadt. It is one of the most well-known sites in Switzerland. There is a lot more to the clock than simply displaying the current time on its face. A jester begins drumming a few minutes before the hour, and music begins to play at the same time. As soon as the clock strikes the beginning of the hour, actors depicting the king and his bears emerge from the clock and begin entrancing the audience that is seated below. And there you have it. Those would be our top 10 places to visit when in Bern, Switzerland. Did you guys like this video? Don't forget to like and share with your family and friends and your fellow travel buddies. Who knows? Bern, Switzerland might just be on your next bucket list. Ready to start planning your next adventure? Well, head down to the description below for exclusive discounts and hotels, flights, resorts, and essential travel gear to help you travel like a pro. If you always want to be updated whenever we have a new video, then go ahead and click on that subscribe button and that bell notification icon as well to always be notified whenever we have a new video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on our next video.